Hello there, chat. How's everybody doing? Greetings and salutations, Tyro, Liza. Tyro, thank you so much for your continued support, my man. 39 months, man. Thank you so very, very much for all the support you give me with the channel, man. I can't shut up and tell you what I'm drinking, so you have to choose one. I am drinking some nice fall apple cider. Love it. Let's see. Alrighty. Twitch says we're excellent. Streamlabs is running optimally. The chat is scrolling and the game is running. So, we're going to go ahead and get this party started. And we're going to do that by saying, greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Featherhoof, and welcome back to another live stream of Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. On our Final Fantasy XIV Friday. Where today, what's on the itinerary? Excuse me, let me just look up on the itinerary here. Yes, excuse me. Yes. Okay, we're going to go check on the Qitari, continue the storyline with them. We're going to go look at the new seasonal event, the Make It Rain event. And then we're going to go back to Bojan and check out that southern front and see how much further we can get along in that. That's going to be the plan for today. Ellie! What did you do to your name? Ellie! How you doing? It might be imposter Ellie. I don't know. Tell us something only the real Ellie would know. All right, let's see. We're gonna go talk to the Qitari. What are we on reputation-wise with them? Ah, we're about to hit 7. Oh, you only got 2 more quests for them to go. This week's and then the next one. Hello, Qitari! What ails the forest? The Great Serpent of Ronka would enlighten you as to the greatest mystery of the universe. Or so you believe. Scree? The Great Serpent lets out a high-pitched squeal. It appears to be feeling anxious about something. Speaking with Chikoro Katol and see how the excavation effort fares. Welcome back! The stop was feeling more comfortable than ever, thanks to all those helpful supplies you and our friends from Sithibal brought us. Father and I have also gone diving into the depths below some 20 times now, and you won't believe all we found. Indeed, my boy. Perhaps the most important discovery of all was that of relics and records were confirming the interpretation of history engraved on the newly restored third stela. Fluffy! Hi. Our ancestors enjoyed amiable relations with these curious catfish people, and indeed did share our food supplies with them, allowing them to survive the age of great famine. To their misfortune, however, they were a stubborn folk. When they refused to worship the deities of Ronka in favor of their old gods, they were driven from the land. Whether they still live on in some far-off land, none can say. So again, Ellie! Hi, Ellie. Poor catfish people.
If we ever meet someday, I promise I'll be your friend. At any rate, we have explored all there is to explore in the third stratum, meaning that it is time we ventured further below. Unfortunately, we find ourselves in a bit of a bind. My most trusted scout, Tawal Manol, has yet to make a full recovery from her ailment. On the contrary, others here in the stubble have been suffering from similarly unpleasant symptoms, even those who did not accompany Tawal on her expedition below. I must say, I find myself quite at a loss. Might you be so kind as to accompany me as I look into the matter, Warren? Yes, I will does. But oh. Tawal was on the verge of making a full recovery when her condition took a sudden turn for the worse. And it pains me to say that she is not the only one so afflicted. The symptoms were mild at first, but in no time their fevers flared up. The pain and dizziness so severe they cannot even rise to their feet. I think they're faking it. They're faking it to get out of work, you lazy bums, you. The medicine that Master Keenford brought from the Fanau has served to ease their discomfort somewhat, but with more of us being sickened by the day and their condition ever worsening, I fear it will not be long until we exhaust our supply. I am loath to impose upon your generosity once more, but might you be willing to go back and procure another batch from our friends? Surely they will take pity on our plight.
Okay.
Forgive me for not being able to travel with you, Warren. I must stay here and help Father tend to the sick.
I love that the Warrior of Light, or in this case, or Darkness, he doesn't speak language. He just speaks the head nod language from the Jabba the Hutt scene in Return of the Jedi. Too bad every time he nods his head, it doesn't do a little a note, you know, that sounds every time.
Hey, Ladil.
This is most distressing news. Rest assured that we will not stand idly by as our Qitari friends suffer. That scene in Last Jedi where Luke gives the signal by the head nodding, and then the person he head nods to turns and heads nod to someone else, then that person turns and head nods. You know, the head nod language. If our remedies may serve them well, I am happy to provide you with as much as you need. That said, to tell the truth, a similar malady to the one you speak of has come to Fanau as well. While only a few have taken ill thus far, I must say this does not bode well. Now that you mention it, a traveler merchant from Slitherbough who sojourned just days ago had a similar tale to tell. Whatever this affliction is, I fear it seems to be spreading. Wow, how timely. God. Qitari, V's, and Humes alike, all stricken by the mysterious plague that spreads in the blink of an eye. In all the years I have lived, never have I heard of such a thing. I hope I am mistaken, but my instincts tell me this is no common chill. I fear that the medicine I gave you will offer little more than a momentary reprieve from the pain. Do not say such things, Master Lenil. This lack of confidence ill befits you. Though it pains me, I suppose there is little we can do but ease the suffering as best we can until we can determine what has caused this. Pray deliver the medicine to young Chakurl and the ailing Qitari. Should our efforts to find a cure bear fruit, we will send word at once. I blame the Qitari! Digging up holes in the ground to who knows where. They unleash a plague! A pox upon the forest! And they're rat people! And they're spreading a plague! Ha! That's funny. Oh, God.
Warren, did you bring the medicine from Fanau?
I did. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do those.
Oh, thank you. Your benevolence knows no bounds. But just look. Whatever am I to do? after you left us, Father suffered a terrible coughing fit. He has not gotten out of bed since. He has not gotten out of bed since, and one by one, the others have joined him. Father believes that there is a chance that we brought some ancient pox back with us from the ruins beneath the stubble, or that we ourselves have spread this disease in traveling to these parts from a former home. But as for the truth, we cannot... Well, you are rat people, I mean.
My friends, are you all here? I bring most grievous tidings from Slitherbow. It's Valen. He is taken ill with the plague. What the heck is that, Ellie? I can barely see it. It's so tiny. He exercised the utmost caution when tending to Port to Wall, but to no avail, for the disease has stricken him too, and with great vengeance. Is it a witch hat? It's cute.
Master Valen too?
Indeed. I fear that it is none other than... Wait. I fear that it is none other than he who, albeit unwillingly, carried the pox back to Slitherbow. Is it true that... Is it true that the V's of Fanow, too, suffer from this frightful affliction? A great plague, threatening to claim the lives of all who call the Great Wood home. I shudder at the thought.
We have no choice. From today, all Qitari who still stand will devote every waking moment to injustivating the diseased. Yes, in Father's name, I hereby suspend the extrication effort and...
Scree! Scree! Scree!
The Great Serpent! It speaks!
By God, it's ancient and true! Put away not your shovels and spades, young Shakurl! The excavation must go on! For verily, so spake the divine protector of Ronka! Aye, many a prayer have I offered to the Great Serpent on behalf of all the ailing, and today my prayers have been heard! Through me, Dwattel's own blood, the divine protector shall lead you to a cure for this frightful plague. Trust in it, in me, and the suffering of our peoples will soon come to an end! Scree!
Master Keenford! Oh, Great Serpent of Bronca! Of course, you speak true. If Father is right, and we Qitari are responsible for the spread of the disease, then the answer we speak might yet be found along the undiscovered stela. After all, if this is indeed some ancient pox, it stands to reason that the Farforthers left behind some record of it, a record that may very well shed light upon its cause and its cure. With poor Father bedridden, it falls to me to carry on the dig. I will find the stela and save our people, even if I must do it alone.
Your bravery is most admirable, young Shakurl. And yet, even with the Divine Protector watching over you, are the tunnels not too dangerous for a child?
I am no child, Master Keenfoot. I have lived 3 whole years, and in just these recent days have accompanied Father into the depths time and again. No one is better prepared to search the stela than me.
Shakurl can do it.
Oh, thank you, Warren. A vote of confidence from you means the world to me. Mark my words, I will get to the bottom of this.
Such courageous words, spoken from one so young. Shakurl Katol, you truly are a shining example for all your people. Worry not for your dear father. Warren and I will see that he wants for nothing, while you are exploring down below. Go in safety and know that we pray for your success. We got you, Bo. What you need?
It is not simply for the future of the fellow Qitari that I must find the next stela. It is for Father, for Valen, for the Veers who suffer in Fandel, for all those who call Rak'tikka home. I must succeed. Let the extrication begin!
Meanwhile, sometime later... Uh-oh. The serpent didn't come back. Qitari has safely returned from his exploration of the tunnels. What happened to the serpent? You returned, my young friend. Thanks be to the great What's this? Do mine eyes deceive me? You return alone.
Indeed. On all of our previous excavations, an avatar of the Great Serpent, clad in a suit of armor, arrived to welcome Father and I to the Steelers' resting place. This time, there was none to be found.
Inconceivable! The Great Serpent's forsaking a Wait, I'm sorry. The Great Serpent forsaking a descendant of Ronka in their time of need?
Indubitably, the Divine Protector moves in mysterious ways. But worry not, my friends, for I was able to locate a fourth Steeler myself, and, thanks to the Divine Protector, there are barely a scratch or scrape on it. Yes, using the tools and techniques you have supplied us, I do believe we will be able to raise it to the surface in pristine condition.
Remarkable! Truly, you are a paragon of Ronkan industriousness and ingenuity. Now do tell, did the stone provide any new insights that might help us fend off the plague?
Oh, Master Keenfort! You will see for yourself as we raise it to the surface, but let me tell you what I saw with my own eyes. Pictured providently in the center was none other than the Great Serpent itself. Atop its head sat a glorious, large and fluffy green mass. Before the serpent, a man in Ronkan garb raised his hand in sheer jubilation.
Glorious! This is incontrovertible proof that the Divine Protector guided our ancestors to enlightenment, just as it guides us today.
Sadly, Father is in no condition to share with us his thoughts on the carvings. But no matter, with the stela in immaculate condition, I am confident that my
I hate... Little Chikuro's fuck up of words fucks me up sometimes.
Interpretation is the correct one. Yes, there can be no doubting it. With a mighty scree, the Great Serpent did bestow upon the broken people a giant tuft of grass green fluff, which cured them of a dreadful pox. No doubt it is to guide us to this very knowledge, a cure that would save our people, and the Great Serpent appeared before me.
Glory be to the screen. I could present another theory. Ally of Ronka or no, I will entertain no wild theories or speculation about what happened here today. The Great Serpent has granted us a miracle, and we must show proper obedience. I'm sorry. Obeisance? I'm sorry, that's the first one. That's the first for me. If I may be so bold as to expand upon your insight, young Chikuro, I believe I can identify precisely that miraculous object that the serpent did carry on his blessed pate. Verily, this can be none other than the greatest blessing of Rak'tikka, Ronkan moss, which grows so verdant and lush in our forest home. Moss. Yummy. If I recall from my studies, Ronkan moss can be harvested from numerous sources, but in particular certain species of tree found in the husk, upon which it grows in great abundance.
Warren, ally of Ronka, you have my word that this is the last time I will impose upon you. Might you be so kind as to go forth in search of the moss that will save my people?
Splendid! And I, young Chikuro, will make for Fanau. The V's will doubtless have insights to share on how to brew the moss into a proper elixir.
I am deeply obliged to you, my friends. I will tend to Father and pray that his condition has not worsened in the meantime. Until we meet again.
We're gonna come back and it's just gonna be a sea of dead rats. Just dead rats from ear to ear. Ah. Yummy, yummy. In my tummy. Yummy, yummy, yummy. In my tummy. Yeah, they did the same thing with the Hrothgar too. Hrothgar only have like 4 or 5 faces. It's kind of a shame. It almost feels like all of the expansion races they add to the game. As much as I love this game, it's not above criticism. All of the races, additional DLC races or expansion races they added to the game, they almost feel like slapped on. You know, it's like, they added the Viera, and they didn't do anything about helmets for them. They're just like, they don't get helmets. If it's a helmet, they can't wear it because of their ears. So it won't show. It's like, what? Come on, you can't like, put ear holes in them or something? Nope, can't do that. And then the Hrothgar and the Aura, it's just like, well, I think we made 4 faces for each gender. That's good enough, right? That and they don't do anything about the Homs. What do you mean? What do you mean they don't do anything about the Homs? I don't understand. Well, what else would they be? Well, that's the thing, is that the Homs, like the stuff that goes on the Homs are, they're all just, you know, like they're the basis for all the other races. Like the ones like the Mikote with their longer ears. They're just the Homs helmet, but with the ear attachments for their cat ears. Or the elves, you know, the Elezen, they're just the Homs helmet, but with, again, the extensions for their ears. The Rogaiden are just the Homs helmets, only bigger. Or Humes, I think is what they're called. I think Homs comes from Xenoblade. Because I remember Ricky, like, Hum. Let's have bad people in Hums. We're coming! We're coming with the cure for your people! Hello. Did you find the moss friend? Oh, please that you did. I did. You've got some extra to spare, just in case. Splendid! Splenfiderous! Why, it looks like it... Why, it looks just as it did on the Stela. We must prepare the medicine at once. We done did it! We've saved the people of the woods. Following the method illustrated in the carvings of the 4 Stela, the stewards brewed an elixir from the Ronken moss and distributed it to their ailing friends. Before long, the symptoms eased, and a brighter mood returned to the stubble. No longer lacking for manpower, Chakrul Katol and his friends built a workshop where the medicine could be produced in large quantities to be distributed across the Great Wood. Meanwhile, sometime later... Ooh. When did we lose all those fucking frames there? That sucks. Ahem! Reports have it that our friends in Slitherbow and Fenrir are well on their way back to making a complete recovery. All of Rak'tikka truly is in your debt, Warren. I have no words to express my gratitude.
You have my gratitudes as well, Warren, and we must not forget the great serpent who guided us to the cure. Speaking of which, where did it go? It is not our place to question the workings of the divine, my boy. No doubt it felt its role here was done, and returned to a place where only the gods know. Does that mean I'll never see it again?
Scream!
Actually, you just left me down here, asshole! Did I hear what I think I heard?
I'm stuck in here!
The serpent returns to us! Oh, perhaps it was watching over us from behind the stela all along. Doubtless so. Doubtless so, Kashakur. Indeed, the great serpent truly does work in mysterious ways.
They should have tails. All things animal-like should have tails, damn it. And so, it was that the Qitari reclaimed their history and knowledge of their forefathers, and in doing so, played their role in returning peace to the Great Wood, just as foreseen by a certain prognosticating priest. All was according to the Great Serpent's plan. Or was it? Scree!
That's all, Scree. Warren, I cannot thank you enough for all you have done on behalf of my boy. No, on behalf of all of the stewards. You will be pleased to know that we have succeeded in producing the mossy brew in large quantities. Any fears of a plague sweeping through the Great Wood are well behind us. Do you want to find out what caused the disease, Father? It is difficult to say for certain, but I do have a theory. Plants, blossoms, and trees found in the Great Wood, all possessing their own seeds and spores, some of which can be quite poisonous. Lesser poisons exist as well. In that case, one might build up an immunity if one lives for long enough in their presence.
Ah, I knew it. Iocane. Powder. I'm sure of it.
At the same time, different areas of the woods are home to different flora, each bringing their own poisons. And so, living for 100 years away from this place, you say we have different enmity to our friends in Sitherbow and Fennow? Precisely, my boy. But precisely, we carry an